Hello and welcome to the New York Sports Show. I'm your host, Dominic Konoweski. We have SK Modified driver Fran Siana on. Fran, how are you? And welcome to the New York Sports Show.
I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's good to hear. Now, you're an SK Modified driver. You used to race street stocks also, both at Stafford Speedway. You ended up winning a few races in the street stocks. What is it like to win a feature?
Well, I guess it would be like opening your favorite toy on Christmas morning.
That is just such a cool experience. You know, we've had over 2,000 drivers start up their engines at Stafford, and not all of them have even finished in the top three, and here you are winning races. Now, like I said, street stocks and SK Modifieds haven't really raced in the street stocks. You came up several years ago to the SKs. What made you decide to make that jump?
Well, I was 45 at the time, so I felt there was no sense of going through the divisions, even though I wish I could have. I kind of just said, let's go for it. And, when you're a kid, it's like a dream of yours to be in an SK Modified. And then I just decided to turn it into a reality.
That is just such a cool thing to hear. You know, and reality is, you've been in the SK Modified division for almost a full 10 years. Did 6 races back in 2020. What are your off-season goals going into this 2021 season?
Well, it would be to sit in my fire suit for the Napa's Auto Parts Spring Sizzler on April 24th.
Yeah, do you think that you're going to be running a full schedule this season, or do you think you're going to be doing a part-time work?
Well, we are unsponsored, but I am going to still try to run a full season. The more seat time, the better for me. And even though I'm 60 years old, to me that means nothing. I think that because of the performance engine from Billy the Kid and the Troyer chassis, and a lot of help that I have personally with phone calls that I make, and I actually bug a lot of people with questions, I really think we can finish in the top 10, maybe more. You just never know. I think for me anyways, age means nothing. I think I can still be competitive.
Yeah, and that's incredible. A 60 still racing, that is just absolutely amazing. Great story. And, great for you still doing it, doing what you love, just truly showing that there is no limit in doing something that you love and just having fun in general. Now, we've seen a lot of drivers, when they pick their numbers, there's a meaning behind it. When you were in the street stocks, you were number 54. When you moved up to the SKs, you made it number 45. What made you change your number, and is there any meaning behind that?
Yes. When I was in the street stocks, my number was 54, and my daughter was born the 5th month, and I was born the 4th month. So there was no decision. It was that because of me and my daughter's closeness. And then when I went to the SKs, Eric Burt already had the number 54, so I reversed the numbers to keep me and my daughter's day of or month of birth.
I think that is just the coolest thing ever, and it's very wholesome too. I absolutely love that. A lot of people don't get to hear that kind of stuff with the drivers on why they pick their numbers. So that's a really cool that you were able to share that experience with us here on the New York Sports Show, and I thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Now, you've been at Stafford for a while. Is there a moment that really sticks out for you in your memory?
there's one, yes. I started 16th one race, and I wanted to chase my friend down, Joey Farino, and we did. We chased him down. We finished second. I could have moved him, but if I moved him and it turned out bad, we both would have, not finished 1-2. But finishing 1-2 with Joey Farino in that race was exciting because we were friends, but he's a very fierce competitor, and, he also helped me back then and still to this day when I have questions. Him and Paul French, they helped me out a lot. So that's probably the most memorable moment is chasing Joey down with a 15-lap race, and I started 16th.
It's really incredible. For people who don't know, Stafford Speedway, if you go to it now, their street stocks are very low in car numbers, but back then there was over 20 cars sometimes in the feature. So starting back in 16th with only a 15-lap feature, moving up that much is just truly incredible and goes to show how of a skilled driver you really are.
Well, I appreciate that. The car that I actually had was I bought from Andrew Durand, very well-known driver at Stafford with many, I guess a couple championships or so. And I think he's in a top 10 or top 7 in all-time wins. Young kid. He's a good friend of mine. And, the car really, he helped me out so much. I mean, it practically drove itself. But I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. And yeah, Andrew Durand, top 10 in all-time wins list. Recently just won the limited late model championship back in 2020, moving up to late models. Now, like I said, you race SKs, and I know that we would talk about divisions. Do you ever feel like you're gonna, in the future, race in a different division, like 1 or 2 races per time, or do you think you're just gonna stick it out with the SKs and end your career in that division?
I'm probably not going to end my career in the SKs. I don't believe you can run double duty as far as street stocks and SKs at the same time. You can, but not on the same night. So it still bothers me that I don't have a championship in the street stocks. So I'm probably going to end my career there, but I'm probably going to do both eventually because there's just nothing like racing at Stafford Motor Speedway.
Yeah, and everyone says that, especially with the modified division. A lot of people say that's the best modified racing in the country, and it really is. If for the viewers watching, if you get a chance to come to Connecticut, head to Stafford Motor Speedway, and you could actually see Fran race there, great driver there, but it is just such an incredible division. All the divisions there just have fierce racing. And that's really cool to hear that at some point you're going to go down to the street stocks and go for a championship.
Yeah, maybe someday. Hope so.
Yeah, hopefully. Now, going back to this case, is there really any driver that you tend to battle with? Do you have a rival?
No, I don't have a rival yet. Basically my job is I have a spotter, John Boyd, who works with the rent a race car guys. So it's just me and him. So I can't get into a rival mode because I still want more seat time, and I want to actually stay out of the way, not cause any issues. But I also want to go forward. I really think that when me and the car get on the same page, which I think we're going to be good this year, then I will look for a rival. But I know Keith Rocco, I know Todd Owen, I know Glenn Reen, those guys are just amazing drivers. So, will I peek my head out there? Possibly, but a rival, not just yet.
Yeah, Keith Rocco, just number 3 in the all-time wins list, right behind Woody Paquette, an incredible driver. Now, you've had the opportunity, like I said, to race both street stocks and SK mods. Which car do you feel like has been the best for you driving-wise and handling?
Well, there's such different animals. I really haven't had the experience of. That's a really hard question to answer. The modified has big tires, big brakes, so you can get into those corners a lot faster than a street stock. But when you get a street stock going and you got it locked down, I mean, you can put it anywhere. But I think the SK with the speed and the time, it's just more exciting for me.
Yeah, that is really cool. Not a lot of drivers race in two different divisions. Usually they just come, especially to Stafford, and just stick in one division. So you're definitely a unique driver, racing at one time both the street stocks and the SK modifieds. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the people watching this video?
I guess I had one more most memorable race would be the 2004 fall final that we won. I got to experience that with my daughter, my father, my daughter Brittany, and Mike Gentile and Jeff Beliski and Roger Dumoulin. That was another most memorable race that I would not want to forget. That fall final win was something that carried us right through the winter, and it gave me and my friends more confidence to go on and to bigger and better things, and that's why we went to the SK Modifieds.
That is so cool. A lot of incredible stories at Stafford, and yours is definitely up there in the books. Congratulations on that one. It's so hard to win a race in general, and Stafford having some of the most hardest competition. It's truly amazing when you win a race, and you've done it several times. So it goes to show how good of a driver you are.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for being on. Folks, once again, that is the driver, the number 45 and 54 Street Stock and SK Modified, Fran Siana. Fran, thank you for being on the New York Sports Show.
Thank you so much for having me.